The officer who fired the shot.
The ABC Listen app today.
Good morning, Keely Johnson with the ABC Local News. The Australian Rail Track Corporation estimates more than 100 passenger trains have been cancelled in less than a week due to ongoing illegal protests, Lillian Watkins reports. Passengers on the Hunter line have experienced extensive cancellations due to ongoing coal protesters at Hexham since Tuesday. In a statement, the Australian Rail Track Corporation said it had written to Blockade Australia to formally request they cease illegal activity, citing an increase in danger to protesters, train drivers and passengers. At least 15 people have been arrested. The ARTC said delays to running services could last up to several hours while protesters were being removed. A spokesperson for Transport New South Wales has advised passengers to check real-time transport apps for the latest information as the situation could change rapidly. A Hunter community says their town won't cope if a new 858-lot development goes ahead. The controversial development at Minmai was given the green light in March, but residents are concerned about site contamination and lack of supporting infrastructure. 150 residents and local councillors attended a rally on Saturday in a bid to push the state government to rescind the site's approval. Minmai resident David Scott says it will negatively impact residents if it goes ahead.
The contamination, all the dust, especially the asbestos dust, will fly through the air, and the infrastructure's not here with just the new subdivisions and all that. The traffic's that bad, it can take 45 minutes to get the walls in from here in mine.
The Housing Industry Association says new housing regulations allowing more duplexes and semi-detached homes will be particularly helpful for regional areas like the Upper Hunter. New state housing reforms will come into effect today, ensuring councils consider development applications for dual occupancy and semi-detached builds. The association's executive director for the Hunter, Craig Genyon, says people in regional areas traditionally prefer detached dwellings on large land blocks.
Anything that incentivises duplexes in the Muswellbrook and Scone and Singleton LTAs, I think will be really important in giving more diversity for people to be able to stay in their local townships.
New South Wales's Assistant Building Commissioner says the Illawarra is a better hub for a new office despite mounting work orders in Newcastle and the Central Coast. In Gosford, there is currently a final prohibition order in place for a property on Erina Street and a stop work order issued for a residential development on Henry Parry Drive. A rectification order has also been given for a property on Wolf Street in Newcastle. Matt Press says construction in the Illawarra is expected to be double that of the Central Coast, but northern regions are still on the Commission's radar.
We're starting with Wollongong now, and we're going to trial that, see how that goes. We've just established ourselves as a new regulator as well, so we're looking to sort of bed in processes here and then look to see where we might go next and the best way to get there as quick as possible.
Upper Hunter nurses are calling for better pay and conditions. The call coincides with the New South Wales Nurses and Midwives Association visit to Muswellbrook Hospital on Friday. The association is demanding a 15% pay rise from the state government, as well as regional incentives for areas like Muswellbrook. Muswellbrook delegate Peggy Smith says better pay is warranted, reflecting the importance of the job.
It makes a difference to the pocket of every single nurse. It certainly keeps people within their facilities currently. In terms of trying to recruit to the regional areas, there's definitely still a lot more to be done in that aspect.
To sport in the NRL, the Newcastle Knights have snapped a 3-game losing streak, with the side picking up a win over the Parramatta Eels on Saturday night. The sold-out game at Hunter Stadium saw the Knights trail at half-time, but for second half, Admin Best and Greg Marju secured a win for Newcastle.
Download the ABC Listen app.
Midwives Association visit to Muswellbrook Hospital on Friday. The association is demanding a 15% pay rise from the state government, as well as regional incentives for areas like Muswellbrook. Muswellbrook delegate Peggy Smith says better pay is warranted, reflecting the importance of the job.
It makes a difference to the pocket of every single nurse. It certainly keeps people within their facilities currently. In terms of trying to recruit to the regional areas, there's definitely still a lot more to be done in that aspect.
To To sport in the NRL, the Newcastle Knights have snapped a 3-game losing streak, with the side picking up a win over the Parramatta Eels on Saturday night. The sold-out game at Hunter Stadium saw the Knights trail at half-time, but for second-half doubles to Bradman Best and Greg Marju secured a win for Newcastle. The final score was 34 points to 26. Coach Adam O'Brien says the Knights is growing as a team.
We made those errors and then Para scored, but we regrouped, we didn't drop our bundle, and then in the second half we had back-to-back no tries, then Para score, we didn't drop our bundle, we fought our way back out of it and just seen some signs of growth there.
Meanwhile, the North Queensland Cowboys have moved into the NRL's top 8 after beating Penrith 16 points to 6 in wet conditions at Panthers Stadium. The Cowboys have now won 5 of their past 6 matches and are 7th on the ladder, while the Panthers are in second spot. To the weather, partly cloudy conditions today, high chance of showers along the coastal fringe, medium chance elsewhere. It'll get to a top of 16 degrees in Newcastle, Maitland and Singleton.